Harley Quinn returned this week to the DC Universe app with a brand new episode entitled Bachelorette. As always, I'm Cave Joel, and this is the video series where I give my thoughts and feelings on the episode that was, as well as shouting out any comic book Easter eggs I can find. So with that out of the way, let's get to it, shall we? Picking up from where last week left off, Harley is still trying to bury her romantic feelings for best friend Poison Ivy as deep down as she possibly can, and in another attempt to deflect, she opts to go all in on spearheading Poison Ivy's bachelorette party, hosted in the sunny, scenic island of Themyscira of all places. Right off the bat, we get some killer visual gags involving Amazonian Airlines and its invisible planes that keep attracting birds. Now, rounding out the girls' trip, we have the returning Nora Freeze, once again voiced by Rachel Dratch. Harley gave her a pity invite after the whole dead husband thing. Dratch really finds the voice of her character here in this episode, and basically she ends up doing her Debbie Downer role from Saturday Night Live, which was cool for me. Then you got Jennifer, the regular friend from childhood, because every bachelorette party needs one of them, am I right? She actually has a pretty funny mini arc this episode wherein she realizes that she wants to be Jen from now on. Now, it would seem ever since Wonder Woman disappeared alongside all the other heroes, Themyscira has become a new tourist hotspot, a very corporate one at that, run by a character who I would not be surprised if they're from the comics, but if they are, I can't find them. Cool design nonetheless. I really dig the whole ancient Greek riot girl look. All the Amazons also just so happen to look a little off, almost as if their minds are being controlled or something, not that the bachelorette party seems to care that much, not at first anyway. And at the other end of the episode, we have a B-plot involving King Shark and the rest of the crew having a very wholesome low-key stag party for Kite Man on the open water, one that ends up getting hijacked by Sebastian the Crab. Oh, no, wait, sorry, I mean Samson the Lobster. We actually learn King Shark's real name in this episode, Nanawi, which you won't be surprised to find out is actually a reference to a character from Hawaiian mythology who is, yep, that's right, a shark man. This tracks too with one of his many different comic origins wherein King Shark was some sort of Hawaiian demigod, also maybe he's some kind of mutation. It's all needlessly complicated and has been retconned numerous times, so I can respect the show just for saying screw it, he's a shark version of the Little Mermaid. Samson says the King Shark must return home to take part in an arranged marriage, lest two shark bloodlines die out completely. We also get a parody version of Under the Sea, talking about how great ocean life is because you can go to the bathroom anywhere you want, anytime you want. Ron Funches, as always, is pure solid gold as King Shark, and getting to learn a little bit more about him and his backstory is fun, but it's even better when you realize Shark ends up spelling out the real theme and message of the episode about Harley and Ivy's relationship, but I'll get to that in a minute. The bachelorette party, you see, takes a major turn when the ladies decide that they're sick of the sanitized resort life and want a little of that good old-fashioned Greek hedonism. Luckily, that's on the table, and we even see the return of Will Sasso as Maxius Zeus. Harley and Ivy end up getting nice and liquored up that night, and before you know it, they wake up to each other the next morning, and then they do it a few more times throughout the episode. Ho ho ho, kind of hard to deny and repress your feelings now, huh, when it's so out in the open. Side tangent, but I actually have an aunt who works in the wedding industry, and she says you would be surprised how many times things exactly like in this episode end up happening between brides-to-be and their maids of honor before the big day. Ivy, when met with feelings of shame that she can't control, decides to run away from the situation. Luckily, Harley is able to get her back with the promise of an ass-kicking caper. You see, Harley always knew that the Themyscira had been compromised and that a rebel faction had planned to sell off the island to a returning Lex Luthor for a big old payday. And so the bachelorette party becomes a war party as they take the fight to the brainwashed Amazons to save Wonder Woman's mother, Queen Hippolyta. Man, you know, Batgirl was totally right last episode when she said that for a self-described villain, Harley and company sure do end up saving the day a lot. My favorite line during this fight, too, is the main Amazon villain going, "Ow, you hit my boob." The now free Amazons throw a massive celebration for Harley and Ivy, in which, yeah, you guessed it, they end up hooking up once again. Ivy can't deny their romantic and physical attraction now as a fluke, even if she really wants to. And Harley says, why can't this be the way they live the rest of their lives as lovers, going on adventures, getting into trouble, fighting their way out of it? You know, really living. And it's right around here we come back to the things that King Shark said that actually apply way more to Harley and Ivy. The fact that there are many types of love. You can love someone but still not be their soulmate. Harley and Ivy are very clearly soulmates. They have a white-hot passion that cannot be extinguished. They complete one another in a way no no other person can. But here's the thing, true love is also very dangerous because it means giving of yourself with the knowledge that you could very well get hurt. And Ivy doesn't want to get hurt by Harley. She trusts her with her life, but not with her heart. She's just too chaotic. She could live an exciting, passionate life with Harley, or she could live a safe, secure, boring one with Kite Man, a guy who is perfectly nice, but at the end of the day, not her soulmate. And it's on this very sad, almost BoJack Horseman-esque note we end the episode, with Harley crying and the same heartbreaking music playing that underpins all the saddest moments in this show. And so that was Bachelorette, yet another episode of Harley that I thought balanced comedy with serious subject matter in an excellent fashion. I think when we really stop and look back at the whole breadth of Harley Quinn as a series, it really starts to be seen that this is a show about the many ups and downs of love and relationships. A very fitting theme too for Harley, who is so often defined by who she loves and who doesn't love her back. I can also say too, as we head into the last handful of episodes, I'm not totally sure where they're gonna go from here, but I'm very excited to see where they do, even if the ultimate resolution could be sad like it was here at the end of this episode.